What's going on, America? Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I'm back, y'all. I'm back in full effect. Now, you just probably watched my other video where I am taking apart this whole State of the Union by Creepy Sleepy. And I got some concerns, okay? Now, in my last video, where I was talking about how you cannot trust a politician who cannot agree on some basic scientific facts. If they'll lie to you about some things that you yourself know are true, then they'll probably lie about everything else. That is why anybody who watched the State of the Union should not believe one word the creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slammy, sloppy Joe said. So if you haven't watched that first video that I released where I'm talking about how Joe Biden feels that kids in our society should be able to, be whatever, if you know what I mean, LGBTQ and this and all of that stuff. And yet at the same time, will look us in our face and say, trust the science and go get the shot. So if you're going to lie to me about that, then I don't trust you about anything else. So here's an example of why I don't trust Joe about anything else. Listen to this clip. Before we get to this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. Noble Gold Investments is pleased to let you know that gold is the best investment for the class of 2022. Real estate, crypto, stocks, and bonds, gold outperformed them all in 2022. Noble Gold Investments helped thousands of clients buy real physical gold. According to longtermtrends.net, gold outperformed the S&P 500, the Dow, and Bitcoin in 2022. Had you invested in the S&P 500 a year ago, you would be down more than 20%. And if you would have invested in Bitcoin a year ago, you would be down more than 65%. And if you invested in Dow a year ago, you would be down almost 10%. And yes, gold has outperformed them all in 2022. And silver was not far behind. So what are you waiting for? Join the thousands of others by opening a gold IRA or a silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments. Invest in Noble Gold Investments before the end of this month, and you will bag a free 1/4 ounce American Eagle coin with every qualified IRA or $50,000 or more. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments and their thousands of 5-star reviews. Count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call Noble Gold Investments at 877-646-5347 for a no-pressure consultation, only conversation. Yes, that is 877-646-5347. And if you're not ready to invest, download the Noble Gold Investments Gold Investments Guide. Simply scroll down below and you will find the link in the description box. And for mobile phone users, click the More button to find the link. Now, let's get to this video. Check this out. This is a prime example of misplaced blame. This dude cannot own his own choices or lack thereof, and he does not point the finger at his own staff who is either dropped the ball, his own policies that contributed to this. This right here lets you know, don't you believe him.
Inflation has been a global problem because the pandemic disrupted our supply chains and Putin's unfair and brutal war in Ukraine.
You hear that? So remember, guys, when our supply chain went tumbling down, it wasn't the administration's fault for forcing folks out of their jobs, for blocking the distribution chains and limiting them, for making sure that everybody had to stay in the crib. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault for having Pete Buttigieg at the crib on paternity leave while all of this was falling to pieces. It wasn't their fault. See, so you're telling me then the inflation was high, and you're telling me that, of course, the gas prices were high, not because of the choices that you made, but it was because of Putin. It was because of Putin's war in Ukraine. See, so that man just took that whole blame and said, here you go, I'm going to put it on Putin. When we all were suffering at that pump, which many still are, it was Joe Biden who came out and said, Putin's gas price. And when people would go to the pump, the Democrats were saying, you should be upset when you go to pump your gas and you're paying $6, $7, $8 a gallon. You know what you should be thinking about? This is Putin's gas hike. Now, if that is not gaslighting, if that is not looking you in your face and belittling your intelligence and lying straight to you, if you buy that, then you deserve to be a Democrat voter. You worked hard. You'll believe anything that they tell you. And yet, we just heard this dude get out there and say, none of those choices that I did contributed to this. It was solely because of Vladimir Putin. Y'all believe that? I don't. Well, I tell you what, we ain't finished dissecting this man's little speech that he had. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in another video. So why don't you hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on other platforms. Make sure that you listen to my podcast. You can find me on all those platforms and the links below. If you want to donate to my channel, please do. There are links to do that, which I hope you do. And also, subscribe to me on Rumble, and I got an alternative channel right down in the link. Click on that, subscribe. Make sure you set your notifications to all. Now, let's go ahead to the next thing that I noticed during this bootleg State of the Union.